Welcome to my channel Echoes of Coin. The 1977 1-cent coin, specifically the United States Lincoln cent, represents both continuity and subtle change in the history of American coinage. Minted in the late 1970s, it was part of a long-running series that began in 1909, commemorating the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1977, the Lincoln cent had already become one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. currency, widely circulated and produced in massive quantities. Its design, composition, and production process were the result of decades of tradition, legislative decisions, and evolving minting technology. While not considered a rare date in numismatics, the 1977 Lincoln cent holds interest for collectors due to its place in the series, its mintage numbers, condition-based value differences, and a few notable varieties and mint errors. The obverse of the 1977 cent continued to feature the classic bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. This portrait had been adapted from a plaque Brenner had created a few years earlier, and it remains a defining feature of the coin over a century later. The obverse design shows Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty to his left and the date 1977 to his right. Above Lincoln's head is the national motto "In God We Trust," which had first appeared on U.S. coins in the 19th century and became a standard element. The initials VDB, representing Brenner's name, can be found at the base of Lincoln's shoulder on the obverse, a detail that had been removed from the reverse in 1909 after initial public criticism and then restored discreetly to the obverse decades later. This placement allowed the designer to be credited without interfering with the main imagery. The reverse of the 1977 cent displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo and first used in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears reverse of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln Memorial design was introduced to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and also the 50th anniversary of the cent's original issuance. The reverse featured a frontal view of the memorial in fine detail, including the representation of the seated statue of Lincoln visible between the central columns, a tiny but remarkable feature for a coin of such small size. Around the top rim is the inscription United States of America, while the denomination 1 cent is shown along the bottom. Between the memorial and the top inscription lies the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, which is a traditional motto of the United States. This reverse design would continue in use until 2008, after which the Lincoln bicentennial cents and the shield reverse replaced it. In terms of composition, the 1977 Lincoln cent was made from a bronze alloy consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition had been standard since 1962, following a slight change from the earlier 95% copper, 5% tin mixture used from 1864. The bronze alloy produced a reddish-brown coin that would gradually darken with circulation. The density of copper gave the coin a heavier feel compared to modern post-1982 cents, which are copper-plated zinc. The decision to change the composition in 1982 was driven by the rising price of copper, making the metal content of each coin approach or even exceed its face value. Thus, the 1977 cent belongs to the final years of the heavier, solid bronze cents that many collectors and older Americans still remember with nostalgia. Mintage figures for the 1977 Lincoln cent were substantial, reflecting the coin's role in everyday commerce. 3 primary mint facilities produced cents that year: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia, which did not use a mint mark at the time, struck hundreds of millions of 1977 cents for general circulation. The Denver Mint, identifiable by its D mint mark placed below the date on the obverse, also produced a massive quantity, typically matching or surpassing Philadelphia in output. The San Francisco Mint, however, no longer produced cents for circulation by 1977. Instead, it struck proof coins for collectors, bearing the S mint mark. These proofs were specially made with polished dies and planchets, resulting in sharp, mirror-like surfaces and frosted design elements. Proof sets containing the 1977 S cent were sold directly to collectors and remain popular today. From a numismatic perspective, the 1977 Lincoln cent is generally considered common in circulated condition due to the enormous mintages. In average circulated grades, its value remains at face value, though uncirculated examples and proof coins command higher prices. Collectors often seek out coins graded by professional services, such as PCGS or NGC, with designations like Red RD, Red Brown RB, or Brown BN, which describe the coin's color and luster. The red designation indicates a coin retaining at least 95% of its original mint red color, which is most desirable for bronze cents. A 1977 cent graded MS 67 RD or higher can be worth significantly more than face value, as such coins are rare due to the challenges of preserving copper in pristine condition over decades. Varieties and errors add additional layers of interest to the 1977 Lincoln cent. While no major double-die obverse varieties have been documented for the date, there are minor double-die reverses and small die chip anomalies that appeal to specialists. More notable are mint errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, and coins struck on wrong planchets. For example, some 1977 cents have been discovered struck on dime planchets, resulting in smaller diameter coins with missing design elements near the rim. Off-center strikes can range from slight misalignments to dramatic 50% or more offsets, making them instantly noticeable. Clipped planchets, where a small crescent of metal is missing from the coin due to a blanking punch. Overlap are another collectible error type. Each of these mint errors can significantly increase the coin's market value depending on severity and eye appeal. The economic and historical backdrop of 1977 also gives context to this coin's place in American life. The late 1970s were marked by high inflation, political shifts, and evolving consumer habits. While the 1-cent coin still had purchasing power for small items like candy or gum, its relative value was already diminishing compared to earlier decades. Discussions about eliminating the cent as a denomination began to surface in economic circles, though the coin would remain in production. The Lincoln cent, by virtue of its design and familiarity, continued to serve as a symbol of everyday transactions, even as its utility in real purchasing terms began to wane. Collectors interested in assembling a complete set of Lincoln Memorial cents often seek high-grade 1977 examples from each mint, Philadelphia, Denver, and the San Francisco proof, as part of the broader series from 1959 to 2008. These coins also serve as tangible markers of the pre-1982 bronze composition era, which some enthusiasts view as superior in terms of durability and aesthetic appeal compared to the modern copper-plated zinc issues. The tactile weight and sound of a bronze cent when dropped on a hard surface are noticeably different from that of the lighter zinc coins, and this sensory detail is part of what makes the earlier cents more appealing to certain collectors. Over time, the 1977 Lincoln cent has also found a place in error coin collections, educational displays, and even jewelry settings, where its vintage appearance and copper color make it a decorative element. In bulk, circulated examples are often sold by the pound for use in crafts or for those who wish to search through them for high-grade survivors or unusual varieties. This search process, known as coin roll hunting, involves obtaining rolls of cents from banks and sifting through them for older dates, mint marks, and errors. While finding a rare 1977 cent in circulation today is unlikely, the possibility still draws hobbyists to the hunt. Preservation of bronze cents, including the 1977 issue, requires care due to copper's reactive nature. Exposure to air, humidity, and oils from handling can cause toning, spotting, or corrosion. Collectors typically store their high-grade coins in inert holders made from materials like mylar or polyethylene, avoiding PVC-based plastics which can release chemicals harmful to the metal. For proof coins, maintaining the mirrored surfaces free from scratches or haze is particularly important for value retention. Proper storage not only protects the coin's appearance but also preserves the tangible link to a specific moment in the history of American coinage. The 1977 Lincoln cent, while not a key date in the traditional sense, is more than just a common coin from a high mintage year. It represents a snapshot of the U.S. mint's production standards, the continuation of a beloved design, and the enduring presence of Lincoln's image in the pockets and purses of Americans. Its existence in bronze ties it to a long lineage of copper coinage that would soon come to an end, making it a notable representative of its era. For the casual observer, it might seem like any other penny, but for the collector, historian, or nostalgic savor. It is a piece of a much larger story, one that spans over a century of numismatic and cultural history. Even decades after its production, the 1977 Lincoln cent remains a fixture in collections both large and small. Whether found in a change jar, purchased as a high-grade certified example, or tucked away in a proof set, it continues to connect its holders to a shared monetary heritage. In this way, the coin transcends its face value, becoming both a collectible object and a silent witness to the economic and cultural life of the United States in the late 20th century.